So right now this is group A, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have seen what is the Laplace of differentiation and integration. Have we seen that or not? What is the differentiation?
इंटीग्रेशन वाला देखना होगा. Yes.
हाँ, तो इंटीग्रेशन के पहले डिफरेंशिएशन रहा होगा.
Yes.
Okay. So we will see two questions which are regarding the differential equation again. First order differential equation and second order differential equation. We will see two questions such that the initial conditions is given to us. We have already seen this question, but we have not considered any initial conditions. We have taken as it as a constant, right? Can you recall it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can anyone let me know whether the recording is started or not? Because I'm not able to check now.
Yes,
Yes, sir,
sir.
it's
Recording.
recording.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let us take an example where we have a first order differential equation 2 dx by dt plus 8x is equal to 10, and we have been provided that x of 0 plus is equal to 2. We have to find its solution and we have to calculate what is x, what will be x of t. From this first order differential equation, we have to calculate what is x of t such that x of 0 plus is provided to you. X of 0 plus, you can consider it to be x of 0. So what is first you should be able to know what is this plus sign means. What is this plus sign means is that if you are having x of 0, suppose this is your x of 0, and x of 0 plus means, it means that
Sir,
very,
excuse me.
yes.
The sound is coming from outside.
What kind of a sound?
Like some kind of noise is
So
coming.
some buzzing.
Okay, but now I'm using mic.
Yes, sir. Some buzzing type of sound.
Till now it is coming.
No,
Sir, it's
not now.
actually when you speak, some kind of a high frequency sound is coming from your microphone. Maybe I'm not
Oh,
sure though.
Yes, sir.
okay. Okay, just let me know if it continues. Okay. Should I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
What
sir.
Yes,
does
sir.
what does 0 plus means? 0 plus means very close to 0, but not at 0. And this side means it can be referred as 0 minus. It is again very close to 0, but not 0. Right? What is the condition at 0 plus, and what is the condition at 0 minus? Right now, what has been provided to us as 0 plus. So this is very close to 0. You can see here, but not exactly at 0. Is the noise, same noise is coming again? If that is the problem, then I will change my mic.
Yes, sir.
No, whether the problem is there or not.
Yes, sir.
Sir, it is coming,
Sir,
but it's not that problematic. We can manage it.
not that problematic. We can manage, sir.
Okay. If it continues and if it does not settles down, then let me know. I will use some other earphone and then we can check, or else I will remove the both the earphone and I will speak from the laptop only, from the laptop mic. Okay. Just let me know.
Oh, okay, sir.
Yeah. So first,
Okay, sir.
what we will do is we will take the Laplace transform of this first order differential equation. So Laplace transform of 2 dx by dt plus 8x will be equal to Laplace transform of 10. Now you will use superposition theorem of Laplace and you have to take individual Laplace transform. So this will be equal to 2 What is the Laplace transform of dx by dt? X xs
Sx of 0 minus Sxx minus x of 0.
minus x of 0 plus what is the Laplace transform of xs? It will be simple x of s is equal to Laplace transform of 10 by s.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you have to take x of s as common. If you take it as a common, so this will be equal to 2s plus 8 will be equal to 10 by s plus 2 into x of 0. And what is x of 0? X of 0 you can say is given as 2. I can substitute here, so this will be equal to 10 by s plus 2 into 2, that will be equal to 4. So now what I will do is I will put x of s on one side and 10 and 10s plus 4 whole divided by 2s plus 8. Okay, so I will take the LCM for the numerator so that it will be common. So this will be equal to 4s plus 10 whole divided by s into 2s plus 8. You can more simplify it by taking 2 common from the denominator and 2 common from the numerator. So it will be equal to 2s plus 5 whole divided by s plus 4. If anyone faces any problem or issue, let me know. Okay. Now what I will do is we have to take the Laplace inverse of this x of s so that we can know what is x of t. So this will be equal to Laplace inverse of 2s plus 5 whole divided by s into s plus 4. Now we cannot take its Laplace transform because it is not in standard format, as we have already seen the Laplace transform of some of the common signals. So what we will do is we will use partial fraction. Okay, so this will be equal to 2s plus 5 upon s into s plus 4 will be equal to a upon s plus b upon s plus
4.
Take the LCM, so this will be equal to 2s plus 5 will be equal to a into s plus 4 plus b into
bs.
s. Now put s is equal to 0 first. At s is equal to 0, what is the value? We will get a is equal to
4a equals to 5
5 by
and
4.
a equals to 5 by 4. Yeah.
Put s is equal to minus 4. If you do that, so a will be equal to 0 and b will be equal to how much? Calculate. So 2 into minus 4 plus 5. So 2 into minus 4 plus 5 whole divided by minus 4. This will be equal to minus 8 plus 5. So this will be minus 3
3 by 4.
by minus 4. So this will be equal to 3 by
3 by 4.
4. Okay. So we will calculate x of t, which was equal to Laplace inverse of x of s, which was equal to Laplace inverse of, what is the value of a we got? 5 by 4 into 1 by s plus 3 by 4 into 1 by s plus 4. So x of t can be calculated as Laplace inverse of 5 by 4 is 5 by 4 only.
5 by
plus
4, 3 e power minus 4t by 4.
Minus 40 into ut also you can write.
Yeah. Unit
What does
step.
ut means? Ut means for t this function or this solution is only valid or only will be giving value for t greater than 0. For t less than 0, its value will be equal to 0. Okay, and ut for t greater than 0 is equal to 1. So anything multiplied by 1 will give me x of t only. Now we will see one more example like this. So d2x by dt square plus 2 dx by dt plus 2x will be equal to 0. And here initial condition is been provided to us as x of 0 plus is given by 0 and x dash of 0 plus given as 1. Now again we have to calculate what will be x of t. So we have to take the Laplace transform. So I will be directly taking Laplace transform of this equation. What is the Laplace transform of d2x by dt squared?
S square xs minus Sx of 0 minus x dash 0. Yeah.
Okay. Plus 2 Laplace transform of dx by dt will be equal to
X
s
is,
minus x of 0
yes,
plus 2 xs will be equal
xs.
to Laplace transform of 0 is 0. Now x of 0, you can see here, it is provided to us that x of 0 is equal to 0 and x dash 0 will be equal to 1.
One.
So this will be equal to s square xs minus 1 plus 2 sxs plus 2 xs will be equal to 0. So if I take xs as common, so this will be equal to s square plus 2s plus 2 will be equal to 1. So xs will be equal to 1 upon s square plus 2s plus 2. So this will be equal to Laplace. So xt will be equal to Laplace inverse of x of s will be equal to Laplace inverse of 1 upon s square plus 2s plus 2. Now you have to arrange it in standard format. So this will be equal to Laplace inverse of 1 upon s square plus 2s plus 1 plus 1. Can I write it like this? So this will be s plus 1 whole square. If you can see through it.
Yes,
This will be equal to Laplace inverse of 1 upon s plus 1 whole square. And can I write 1 as 1 square? So you can see this is omega and this is omega. So right now omega is equal to 1. So I can write here, and this is shifting property. That is, if you multiply sine omega is 1 and t, and it is shifted by plus 1. So this will be equal to e to the power minus t.
yes, sir.
So e to the power minus t into sine 1t. So this is the solution for the question. Is the noises coming right now also?
No,
No,
sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now we will see two theorems related to this or regarding this Laplace transform. You might have already seen this theorem in your previous semester, but for the sake of completion, we will see it again. And this theorem will be useful in your future control system classes. Those theorems are called as initial value and final value.
Sir, that sound is coming again, so I guess it will be helpful that if you change that mic.
Okay,
So
okay,
if
okay, okay. Just wait for a few seconds. I'm bringing that mic. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay, let me know if that problem is there or not. I've changed my earphone. So we will be seeing initial and final value theorem. Uh, Initial value means what is the value of magnitude, or what is the magnitude, what is the value of anything at t is equal to 0 plus, and final value means what is the value of a function at t is equal to infinite time. Okay, let us consider a function that is f of t in this case as e to the power minus 2t, right? So what is the value of this function at f is equal to 0? We will put f is equal to 0 minus 2 into 0. This will be equal to e to the power.
1.
Okay, just
Is
wait.
that
One, only one.
only 1?
Okay, e to the power 0. So this will be equal to 1. Now, what is the value of this function? If I put at infinite, that is e to the power minus 2 into infinite. So this will be equal to e to the power minus infinite. E to the power minus infinite is
0.
0.
okay. If I wanted to plot the signal, so how will this signal look like? The signal at
It's
0,
exponential.
it will be at 0 is equal to 1, and it is
Decaying exponential.
decaying exponentially. Okay.
Decaying.
Yes. Yes. So this is equal to magnitude is 1, and this signal is e to the power minus 2t. So now suppose if we take the Laplace transform of this, so f of s will be equal to Laplace transform of ft. This will be equal to Laplace transform of e to the power minus 2t. And what is the Laplace transform of e to the power minus 2t? 1 upon
S plus 2.
S plus 2.
s plus 2. Okay. Now, if I wanted to find out from this Laplace transform, that is 1 upon s plus 2, what is the initial value of the signal and what is the final value of the signal without going to this whole process, right? So this is the tool, that is initial value and final value theorem is a tool to find out what is the value of the signal at t is equal to 0 and at t is equal to infinite. So just have a look into this. So f of 0 we can calculate by putting limit s tends to infinite, s is equal to s into fs. So this will be equal to limit s tends to infinite, s into f of s is how much? 1 upon s plus 2. Now, if you take s common from from the denominator, so this will be equal to limit s tends to infinite, s upon s, 1 plus 2 by s. So this s will cancel out. So we will be having limit s tends to infinite, 1 upon 1 plus 2 by s. So if you now put limit s is equal to infinite, so this term will be equal to 0 because 2 by infinite will be equal to 0 and 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. So answer will be 1. So you can see we have calculated initial value directly by using our formula. What is our formula? That is limit s tends to 0, sorry, limit s tends to infinite, sfs. If you want to remember, just remember that time is inversely proportional to frequency. If time is more, then frequency will be going to be less. If time is less, frequency will be going to be more because it is inversely proportional. We already know that time is inversely proportional to frequency. So if we want to calculate what is the initial value, we will put frequency, that is s is equal to infinite, and S term is extra term, that is S into f of s. So this result is coming same as we have calculated in time domain. You can see that is equal to 1. Again, if you want to calculate what will be the final value of this Laplace transform, so just calculate f infinite. Formula is, you can say that time is tending to infinite, so frequency will be tending to 0, s into f of s. This will be equal to limit s tends to 0, s into 1 upon s plus 2. Now you can directly put limit, or the limit you can directly put, so this will be equal to 0 upon 0 plus 2. So this will be equal to 0. So you can see here we have calculated the final value as well as our initial value. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So why we are writing SFS here?
So this
Because
all comes, yeah. So this all comes from a derivation, and I'm leaving this derivation to up to you, because this is in mathematics. So if but if but you search it by your own, and if you have any problem, I know what is the derivation, but I am leaving it up to you, because this is not our part. Okay. Again, I will be telling you initial value theorem. That is, if you want to calculate f of 0, so this will be equal to limit s tends to infinite s fs, and if you want to calculate final value, so this will be equal to limit s tends to 0 s fs. Now one student has asked why we are putting s here. So there, this s comes from a proper derivation that is a part of mathematics or signal systems. I have not covered that. Okay, you can cover, you can see another YouTube videos. There you can find out why s term is coming. Okay, should we move forward?
So with what relative term may we search for this derivation?
You can search initial value and final value theorem.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, in topic is initial value and final value theorem. If you see any videos there, then it will be you can find out the reason. But if at all you are having any doubt, we can ask, or you can email me. I will be replying in that email. Okay. But as far as this control system is concerned, you have to remember this formula, these two formulas. Okay. So there are some conditions. So there are some conditions. You cannot apply this initial value and final value theorem at all point. There are some conditions. So first we will see conditions for initial value theorem. Condition for initial value theorem. These all which we are discussing are the tools that will be very helpful when we will deal with control systems. So that is why I am covering this. Though this you might have already covered in your previous semester, but I am again covering so that it will be later on when I will be covering control system. And if this topic pops up, so in that time you will not find any difficulty. And if at all you find any difficulty, you can refer to the notes that I have provided. The purpose is that this is not at all control system. We have not at all started a control system subject. We are just building a concept with the help of which we will solve control system more effortlessly. So there are some conditions for initial value theorem. Two conditions are there. First condition is that f of t should be equal to 0 for t less than 0. This is our first condition. Means if you are having a signal like this, right? So in this signal we cannot apply initial value theorem. We cannot apply. F of t should be starting with 0, and before 0 the value.
So sir, this initial value theorem is applicable for causal systems, right?
Right. We will see what are the systems, what are causal systems, non-causal systems. We will see it when we will study that. Okay. We will see that.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Second point is that ft must not contain impulse. ft must not contain any impulse signal or impulse function, or it should not be discontinuous. It should not be discontinuous at t is equal to 0 plus. So these are the two conditions. It should not, first thing is that ft should be equal to 0 for t less than 0. And second condition is that it should not contain any impulse signal, or it should not be discontinuous at, or I can write it should not be discontinuous, it should not be discontinuous at t is equal to 0. So these are the two conditions. Similarly, there are conditions for final value theorem. What are those conditions? First condition is that all poles of f of s must lie on the left hand side of S plane. So in previous classes, we have seen what are the poles. Poles means the roots of the denominator. And we have seen S plane. This is our S plane, where x axis represents a real part and y axis represent an imaginary part. Okay. So left side of this imaginary axis, or left side of this is called as left half plane. We can write LHP. And right hand side of this S plane are called as right half plane. Okay, when we are having f of s, then we have to check for condition. And what is that condition? That all the poles should lie on the left hand side. For example, f of s is equal to 1 upon s plus 2. What is the location of this pole? Where the pole should lie? Let s is equal to minus 2 is here. So this is our pole location. So the first condition for final value theorem is that poles should lie on the left half plane. If any pole is there, suppose if a function is having 10 poles, out of the 10 poles, 9 poles are on the left hand side, but a single pole is on the right hand side, then we cannot apply a final value theorem. If you at all apply the final value theorem, the answer that you will be getting will not be a correct answer. Okay, we will see what is the reason for that. So for now, just remember that all the poles should lie on the left half plane of S plane. This is the first condition. And second condition is that Fs must not have more than one pole at origin. This is the second condition. Again, your f of s should not be having more than one pole at origin. It should have only single pole, if at all it is having poles at origin. So the number of poles at origin permissible is 1. If it is having 2 poles, then we cannot apply a final value theorem. For suppose if this is our function s into s plus 2, we can apply final value theorem. If our signal is a function is s square into s plus 2, just wait. Right. If at all our signal is like this, f of s is equal to 1 upon. So this is, if our signal is, we are considering fs is equal to s into s plus 2. If this is our signal, we can apply a final value theorem. If our system is s square plus s plus 2 like this, then we can see there are 2 poles at origin. And in this case, we cannot apply final value theorem. We will see an example for this. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Let us take an example where f of s is equal to 1 upon s minus 2. So can anyone tell where is the pole lie in this condition or this function?
Right hand side plane of the plane in S
Okay. If this is our s plane,
plane. It
if
will
this is
lie
our
on S plane because S equal to 2.
and j omega. So you can calculate the poles, right? He's saying, right, you can put denominator equal to 0. So what is the denominator for calculating poles? We put denominator is equal to 0. Or we also say this s minus 2 is equal to 0. So this will be equal to, this will give us s is equal to plus 2. So what is the location of pole?
Right hand side at +2.
Right hand
Sigma
side.
equal to 2.
Okay. So in this case, we cannot apply a final value theorem, right? Whatever answer we are getting for final value theorem will be wrong. For example, let us again apply a final value theorem, and we have to calculate f of infinite. Final value means what is the value of magnitude at infinite. So f of infinite will be equal to limit s tends to 0 s into 1 minus s minus 2. Why s tends to 0? Because t is tending to infinite, so s is tending to 0. So you can put s is equal to 0 here. So you will be getting 0, correct? Now, if I wanted to take, why this answer is wrong, I'm saying it. If you want to take its inverse Laplace transform, so let us say f of t. So this will be equal to Laplace inverse of f of s. That will be equal to Laplace inverse of 1 upon s minus 2. So this is how much?
E to the power 2t.
E to the power plus 2t into
2t.
ut.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you want to calculate f of infinite, so f of infinite will be how much? E to the power 2 into infinite. This will be equal
Yes,
to e to
sir.
the power
Which is
infinite,
infinite.
which is infinite. So you can see here the results that we are getting is infinite here, and the result which we are getting a 0 here. So why this is coming? Because we have a condition that we cannot apply a final value theorem because one pole is on the right hand side. You can see first, if there is a question in any competitive exam, there are four answers. So trust me, one answer will be 0, one answer will be infinite. So you do not have to put anything. You just have to write we cannot apply or not applicable in the answer. If you want to calculate what is f of 0, f of 0 will be equal to 2 to the power 0, e to the power 0. So this will be equal to 1. And if I wanted to draw f of t, how will my f of t 2t will look like? So at 0, its value is 1, and it is increasing exponentially. Earlier we saw that exponentially decaying, and this function is exponentially increasing. So at t is equal to infinite, its value will be equal to infinite. Now, this type of signals are generally called as which does not settles down or which is not equal to 0 are called as unbounded signals. Unbounded signals. And this type of signals are unstable in nature, you can say. There is another type of signals which can be like this, which is decaying. Okay, you can see both of these signals. The first signal is e to the power 2t, and this signal is e to the power minus 2t. So whatever signal, if it settles down at infinite, right, then that signal is called as bounded signal. So this one is unbounded signal and this one is bounded signal. So you cannot apply a final value theorem for unbounded signal. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just keep in mind if
So will you slide up a little? Just for a while, will you slide up a little? Up. Yes, sir. So थोड़ा सा नीचे कीजिए. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wait. Yes,
I will
sir.
be
A little down, sir.
I will be providing notes. I have already provided 2 notes.
Okay, sir. Done, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So if there are poles on the right hand side, then we cannot apply a final value theorem. You have to check for the condition before applying the final value theorem and initial value theorem. Similarly, initial value theorem, if f of t exists for t less than 0, then we cannot apply initial value theorem. We will see one more example where there is a violation of final value theorem. Suppose we have a transfer function as omega upon s square plus omega square. So now can anyone tell where is the roots of this location of this function? So for calculating roots, we will put s square plus omega square is equal to 0. S square will be equal to minus omega square. So s will be equal to under root of minus omega square. This will be equal to under root of
Imaginary.
plus 1 into omega square. omega square will come out of the bracket, and this will be equal to -1. We can write plus minus j omega. Okay, so
Yes.
this is our h plane. This is our real axis. This is our imaginary axis. And where are the poles lying here? Two poles are there on the imaginary axis. One pole is at plus j
Plus
omega.
j omega
One pole is
minus
at
j
minus
omega.
j omega. So in this condition also we cannot apply final value theorem. If at all we apply a final value theorem, just for the sake I am applying f infinite will be equal to limit s tends to 0 s into f of s. This will give me limit s tends to 0 s into omega upon s square plus omega square. Put s is equal to 0, so this will be give you 0 upon 0 plus omega square. This will be equal to 0. But if you calculate its inverse Laplace transform, so what is f of t? It will be equal to Laplace inverse of f of s. So this will be equal to how much? Sine
Sine omega.
omega t.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Right.
And if we draw sine omega t, how does sine omega t will look like? For t less than 0, the value
Sinusoidal.
is 0. Yes. Sinusoidal, but with oscillating, right,
Yes,
nature.
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
till infinite.
Periodic.
And it is oscillating between +1 and -1. So
Minus
at
1.
infinite, we cannot predict what will be the value of magnitude, whether it will be +1 or -1 or any value between these points. Okay, but here when we apply final value theorem, it is very clear that we are getting 0, so which is not correct. Okay, because it can have any value between +1 and -1. So therefore, since it is having two poles at the imaginary axis, you can see we can only have single pole, but it is right now it is having two poles at imaginary axis or origin, so we cannot apply a final value theorem. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt till now? Because we will stop now.
No, sir, no doubt.
Sir, can you please scroll up a bit and see the pages you have written before initial and final value theorem?
So we have seen one examples. This you are talking about? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So which question you want to see?
No, sir. I was actually taking the screenshots. That's why I have
Okay.
not.
But I have already provided, I think the notes. I have already provided this. All the things which I am writing is given on the notes. First thing. Second thing, I will be providing the video recording also. If you want, you can have a look into it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. So just be online for a few minutes. I will be taking attendance.